Shirley, this soda ain't sweet enough.
Yes, he did say I was on TV, which was nice. And I know a lot of y'all sitting out there and you're thinking, wait a minute, is she fat or is that makeup?
Here, Charlie, the big O is here.
A comedy icon whose story is full of laughter, hard work, and pure talent. From her rise to fame on What's Happening to her tragic and lonely death. Now, there's a lot y'all might not know about Shirley Hemphill. Now, some of the facts is gonna make you smile, while others might make you anxious. So let's break down her story. Shirley was born on July 1st, 1947 in Asheville, North Carolina. Now, from the very beginning, it was clear that Shirley had a gift for making people laugh. Even as a child, she was the go-to entertainer for her family and her friends, always ready with a joke or a funny story. Her natural comedic talent was evident early on, and those who knew her couldn't help but be drawn to her infectious humor and her quick wit. Growing up in Asheville, Shirley faced many challenges. Despite these, her humor and determination shone through. Now, she attended Stevens Lee High School and graduated in 1965, and her academic performance was impressive. But she struggled with her weight, a topic she later turned into comedy gold. Now, instead of just letting it bring her down, Shirley used her size as a source of humor, often incorporating it into her stand-up routines. This ability to laugh at herself and find humor in difficult situations was a testament to her resilience and to her strength. After high school, Shirley continued her education at Morristown College in Tennessee, a small two-year institution. She graduated in 1967 and returned to Asheville, where she took a job at the American Inca Company, a rayon fiber manufacturer. Now, while she had a stable job, Shirley's heart was set on comedy. Now, she knew she was destined to make people laugh, and she was determined to follow her dreams. In the early 70s, Shirley began recording her comedy routines using a borrowed tape recorder. She sent one of these tapes to the well-known comedian, Flip Wilson, who was hosting his own variety show at the time. Impressed by Shirley's unique humor, Flip sent her a new tape recorder and invited her to visit the set of the show. This encouragement from an established comedian was a huge boost for Shirley, confirming that she had what it took to make it in the comedy world. With her sights set on a career in comedy, Shirley saved up enough money to take a Greyhound bus to Los Angeles. In LA, she worked as a waitress during the day to support herself while performing unpaid stand-up at night. The comedy clubs of Los Angeles became her training ground, where she refined her skills and developed her distinctive comedic voice. In 1976, while performing at the Comedy Store in West Hollywood, Shirley caught the eye of television producer Norman Lear. Now, he was on the lookout for fresh talent for his upcoming sitcom, What's Happening. Shirley's audition was so impressive that she was cast as Shirley Wilson, the sassy waitress. Initially, this role was given to Mabel King, but Shirley's performance was so captivating that the producers created a new character for Mabel, allowing Shirley to shine in her own right. What's Happening premiered on ABC in 1976 and ran until 1979. Now, the show followed the lives of three teenagers, Raj, Rerun, and Dwayne, growing up in an urban neighborhood. Shirley's character quickly became a fan favorite, thanks to her sharp wit and no-nonsense attitude. Now, despite facing some behind-the-scenes challenges, the show was a hit and remains a beloved classic to this day. Shirley's role in What's Happening propelled her to fame, making her a household name and a trailblazer for Black female comedians on television. During her time on What's Happening, Shirley also made guest appearances on other popular sitcoms. She played a female gang leader on All's Fair and made a memorable appearance on Good Times. These roles showcased Shirley's versatility as an actress and comedian, proving that she could excel in various comedic settings. After What's Happening ended, Shirley was given the opportunity to star in her own sitcom, One in a Million. Now, she played a taxi driver who inherits a fortune. Now, unfortunately, the show didn't attract enough viewers and was canceled after 6 months. Despite the setback, though, Shirley remained committed to her passion for comedy. In the early 80s, Shirley focused on her stand-up career, performing in nightclubs and making guest appearances on TV. In 1982, she appeared on The Love Boat as a nurse and on Trapper John MD in 1983. Now, she also had a role on Pryor's Place, a children's series starring Richard Pryor. These roles allowed Shirley to reach new audiences and continue honing her comedic talents. Despite being diagnosed with diabetes and high blood pressure, Shirley continued to perform. Now, her doctor advised her to lose weight and adopt a healthier lifestyle, but she often ignored this advice. Shirley's love for comedy and making people laugh outweighed her concerns for her health. She believed that her purpose was to bring joy to others, and she didn't want anything to stand in the way of that. In 1985, Shirley reprised her role as Shirley Wilson on What's Happening Now, a sequel to What's Happening that followed the main characters as adults. Now, the show lasted for 3 seasons before being canceled. Shirley's return to the role that made her famous was well received by fans, and she enjoyed reconnecting with the audience that had supported her from the beginning. After What's Happening Now, Shirley returned to stand-up comedy. Now, she also appeared in films and several 90s sitcoms, including Martin, The Wayans Brothers, and The Sinbad Show. These appearances kept Shirley in the public eye and allowed her to continue sharing her comedic gifts with the world. In 1993, Shirley made her film debut in CB4 starring Chris Rock. The movie was a satirical comedy about a fictional rap group, and Shirley's performance was praised for its humor and authenticity. 3 years later, she co-starred in her second film, Shoot the Moon, further establishing her presence in the film industry. 4 years later, in December of 1997, Shirley appeared on The Jenny Jones Show for a 70s sitcom stars reunion. By this time, she was using a walker due to her health problems, but she refused to let it stop her from entertaining. When she walked out on stage, she danced to make the audience laugh, showing her dedication to making people smile despite her own personal struggles. Shirley's health issues were significant. Now, she was dealing with complications from diabetes, including kidney disease, heart problems, and nerve damage in her feet. Now, these conditions made it difficult for her to move around and perform, but Shirley's spirit remained unbroken. She continued to entertain because it was what she loved to do. December 10th, 1999, the most shocking day for the entertainment industry and fans. On this sad day, Shirley Hemphill was found dead in her home in West Covina, California. Her gardener discovered her lying on the floor in her bedroom. Now, she lived alone and didn't share her health issues with many people, so her loved ones was unaware of how serious her condition had become. The celebrity had not been seen for several days, and her body was in an advanced state of decomposition by the time it was found. The scene was gruesome. The decomposition was so severe that it made the process of identifying her body more challenging for officials. The advanced decay was a stark and disturbing contrast to the vibrant and energetic personality that so many people loved and remembered. An autopsy later confirmed that Shirley had been dead for several days before her body was discovered. Now, she died at the age of 52 because of kidney failure, a direct consequence of her long struggle with diabetes and other related health issues. The advanced state of decomposition was solely because her body had been left undiscovered for such a long period of time. Now, this was in part because Shirley was known to live a reclusive life towards the end, not sharing much about her deteriorating health with friends or family. Despite her fame and the joy she brought to others, Shirley's last days were in complete isolation and neglect, which makes us think about the harsh reality that even those who bring the most laughter can suffer in silence. Her remains are cremated, and her passing was a significant loss to the comedy world. Shirley brought joy and laughter to audiences around the world. From her early performances in comedy clubs to her breakthrough role on What's Happening, she left a lasting impact on the comedy world. Now, she was one of the first black female comedians to achieve mainstream success, paving the way for future generations. She was more than just a comedian. She was a pioneer who broke barriers and set new standards in the entertainment industry. Her ability to find humor in everyday life and the dedication to making people laugh made her a beloved figure in comedy. So today we remember her, not just for her iconic roles on television, but for her spirit, her humor, and her commitment to her field. So thanks for joining us in the celebration of the life of Shirley Hemphill. It's what y'all like most about Shirley. Let me know in the comments section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.